of my TV that I'm building. It's in work in progress, but I kind of got it somewhat cool picture on it. Like, it's nothing that you could probably like make out, but it's not really anything that you can make out, just whatever it wants to make, somewhat random. It's not to put in all the inputs by using these, and then different clicks will slow down the pixels. And if you can see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons and 1 lever. Well, basically this button right here, if I click it and then look at the TV, it does a random picture. Constantly does that same picture over and over. And it's pretty cool. And then if I go with this and hit that button and leave it there, it will shut it off. And then flip that back, and then if I go to this one, it does a completely different picture. But it does a random different picture. Well, somewhat of a random. It does like the same thing almost every time. And then if this thing, then it starts up again, it does another thing. And sometimes some stuff don't work correctly in sync, but that's work in progress. But if I click that, turn it off again, and then if I click on, hold on, there's another, okay, if I click on this one right here, not the middle one, if I click on this one right here, it'll start another picture. That one just does that. Kind of looked the same as the second one that I just did, the first part, but then it just stays the same over and over. And then if I stop it, now if I click the middle one, it's basically, this middle one is like clicking this, and those buttons, clicking all 3 buttons at once. And now it's going to do a random picture. It's supposedly supposed to do a random picture. That guy had a technical problem on Minecraft. I had some redstone connected to a spot that shouldn't be there. So when I showed you number 2 wasn't really number 2. Number 2 was connected to number 3. And number 3 was working correctly, but number 2 was not supposed to be connected to this one. It was supposed to be connected alone, like number 1 and number 4 was. Okay, now I'm going to actually show you number 2, because I thought something looked different. There we go. See, it looks like a checkerboard. A moving checkerboard. That's basically what it looks like to me. You guys could think of whatever it looks like yourself. I just think it's a checkerboard, so let's shut this off. And, oh no, I said let's shut this off. Okay. Now, if I click on the middle one should be doing what I wanted it to do in the first place. And there we go. It does random things. And it's actually really cool. It took me about a half an hour to actual build the thing, just with 2 pictures you were able to do, and then messing with the actual making what the picture actually shows on number 1 and number 2. That took me about like a half an hour just messing with it off and on. And then like a whole nother day I just added a whole nother layer. So basically I added a whole nother spot for a whole nother picture added, so now I have a 3rd picture, and that took me about like about a little bit of half an hour because I was building the thing, and then I started messing around of what type of picture I could probably create that would look cool on that one a 4th button that I have. So I basically, it took me about like a half an hour, but altogether it probably took me about like 2 to 3 hours if I was working non-stop. That's basically how it would be, just messing with it. And then I did originally have this thing a lot taller, but I had to take it off because it wouldn't like sense. It would get all broken, like how you'd see when I go backwards. See how everything's all starting to get all broken and laggy and stuff? From right here, you can somewhat see it, but like it gets all confusing and like starts very broken. You can't really see, like stopped. See, it gets all broken right there. See, that's what it was doing with the top layer. And even though I was right here, and then I even had one more strip where the black line is, that was screen, and I thought that was somewhat weird with my picture, so I removed it. And since I removed it, it worked out better that way, because since that pixel was there, I would have to make one more the exact same pixel on this side to make it all even. So now since I removed that pixel, so now everything's even and there's not one pixel off. So now if I leave this on and if I go show you behind it, I'm gonna do that on part 2 because this video is running a little bit long and I can't upload this long a video, so I'll upload the second video right after this. And now I'm gonna show you behind of how this is basically built. It's not that complicated. The only complicated part is all this redstone repeaters is what you turn. Like you click them to make a certain sequence. You can tell down there the way the redstone acts. It's like a certain sequence how this works. So that's basically how it goes. And then this is basically redstone glass and torches stacked up on top of each other to make the picture. And then you also got whatever, I don't know what this is called, but it's like an infinite a supply of power that spins, that sends power directly to this and turns it back on and shuts it off back and forth to give it that cool like effect of it, like of actually what it's supposed to do. And then this just tell me what's the middle. So if I get rid of this, tells me which one's the middle. And and then if I go down this hole, you see the exact same thing underneath, even lower, and it's the exact same thing. Just the only thing that's different is this, the repeaters. The redstone repeaters are in a different sequence, the way I built them, and the way I clicked them. And then this right here is my off switch. When you want to turn the whole screen completely off and stop this thing from spinning, you just turn it on and it pushes this block, covers that hole, and then once the redstone once the power gets all the way to right there, it stops right there because it can't go through the block, and it can't go to the next one and keep going. And it does that all the way to all three of them. And then if you go down to this one's even lower. And you could do, and this one is the same thing down here. There's no difference. It does the exact same thing. And then if you want to, you could go even lower. Haven't tried it because I just will have to remove all this redstone and stuff, because this redstone right here is the one that's being sent out to my fourth button to turn on. Like, this is my fourth, like, this is basically my third picture right here. This is my third picture. And then if you go, hold on, go up. This is my second picture. And then this is my first picture, and it's on right now. And that's basically how it is. And if you like this video and want me to kind of tell you more, if you have some trouble, just contact me on my YouTube channel, write a comment on this, and I may get back to you whenever I check out my comments. And yeah, so I don't care if you rate it or like it, just watch the video. That's all I care about. And yeah, see ya, bye. These are 2 sneak peek pictures of my upcoming zombie map I am working on. You will be able to see pieces of an actual video of the structure in the 2 videos you just previously watched.